You know, the first time when I felt a true rut and a true sense of burnout on my self improvement journey was actually only like 6 months in, during Christmas of 2023, and especially during New Year's. You see, for me, the winter break has two parts. The first one is between like the Christmas holidays and between New Year's. And basically, the second part starts from the New Year's and ends when the winter break ends and we all go to school. And of course, we can all collectively say that the first part, like, genuinely outclasses and just completely dominates the second part of the winter break by such a huge margin that you literally cannot even compare it. It literally feels like autumn or fall once again. And so let's analyze my situation. You see, it was around Christmas of the same year of 2023, and by this point, I have been working on my mental health, masculine, dopamine, and purpose courses that I was planning to sell on like ClickFunnels for like a month and a half. Because around this time, ClickFunnels 2.0 was being released and it was being propagized all over YouTube. Like I remember constantly being bombarded with the new ads that were supposed to come up. And since I was doing something that I was enjoying, like learning about self improvement, especially from big content creators, and I just discovered that my purpose in life was teaching. It was perfect for me. I wanted to make courses about how to become a stronger man. Like, this was so long before I even had the idea of starting a YouTube channel called TR Life Advice. This was literally like 6 months before I even got the idea of the YouTube channel itself. And so you see, I started making those courses at around the beginning of November, and I finished them exactly on Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. And going from the 24th of December onwards, I started to record them. But eventually, after like recording like 30% of the course, I realized something. How am I gonna get the audience to actually buy it? Well, as I was watching those ClickFunnels ads, I don't know why, but I got the illusion that it said something like, oh, don't worry about the audience or about the dream customers. We will provide that for you. Or something like that. Don't ask me about it. I don't even remember it uh, to the details myself. It was just something vague that they said. And so I was going around a dilemma. Should I start a faceless YouTube channel? Or should I start posting like these quote analyzation TikTok videos? Like, that was genuinely my second plan. If this YouTube channel wasn't gonna work out, and if I wasn't gonna start it anytime soon, then I was gonna start this like TikTok page where I would upload these like videos where I would analyze quotes of like famous people and then giving my input on it. And then the courses would be something like, oh, you could just buy this if you like really like my content and you want to become closer to being on my level when it comes to self-improvement. But not in a bad way, of course. Like I'm saying that I'm above you. I'm just saying that if you wanted to make faster progress, yeah, that's how I should word it. And so it was around the New Year's. 2024 was just around the corner, and we just ran out of Christmas sweets. This is not really that important, but it is really important for me because I have been devouring them every single day for the past like 2 weeks, and now they were just gone. And I don't know why, but subconsciously that triggered something inside of me. Like just this phase was over and it was time to move on. And it was quite literally the timing, bro, it was on a whole another level. It was, of course, the same day of New Year's Eve and the last change. And that completely got me in a rut was when I started doing my homework for school on the first day of the new year. So on the 1st of January, I did my chemistry homework that I was not procrastinating on. I still had like 10 more days to complete it. And I also wouldn't say that I didn't want to do it. Like I just didn't want to use up my discipline on it. No, no, no. I was just relaxing on the holidays. And also other schoolwork that I was putting off so that I could relax during the holidays. And that took me a fuck ton of amount of time to complete that. Like I remember spending like 4 hours during the homework that I was supposed to catch up with. And plus, I also needed to prepare for the exams that we're gonna have to face, like as soon we were gonna get to school. Because of course, the end of January is the end of the first half year. So they're gonna give us exams like there's no tomorrow. And as I was doing this homework, I realized something. Like, yeah, sure, being away from it is actually quite nice. But when you do it for a long period of time, like a certain amount of everything is bad for you. And so I was actually reaching the point of loneliness. Like I just didn't want to continue when it came to this winter break. Like, of course, don't get me wrong, I was still massively grateful for the time that I could spend at home. I still had a lot of time to study, to prepare for the exams. I had a lot of time to complete that course and have that powerful realization that could have costed me months of progress on self improvement. I still had a lot of time to sort out my inner thoughts and expand on those that actually mattered. And lastly, I also had enough time to complete 3 out of 4 really important self improvement books that I got for Christmas. So, yeah, I had a lot of time to myself and a lot of time that I could dedicate to my self improvement journey. However, I was growing sick of it and I was craving for school to come sooner because I was growing sick of the amount of freedom that I was having. I have already completed all of the goals, and now I was just sitting in my house in complacency. I wanted to challenge myself. And yeah, sure, I know that I wouldn't enjoy it in the school, when we were writing the exams and stuff like that. I know that it would be really hard and really stressful for my mental health, but still, I needed it. I still needed to face those interactions with my classmates with whom I didn't want to talk to, but still, I wanted to level up my social intelligence. I just needed that. I needed that new energy inside of my life. I was growing sick of the energy that I had at home. Like, not that there was anything wrong with it, of course, but it was just that it was just too much of it. And plus, around this time, I was just lonely as fuck. I was just sitting at home and meeting my parents and my brother all over again, and the days, they were all fucking same. I would wake up, do my morning routine, then probably even write a few lines in the course that I was planning to sell. I would read a book, I would go on my computer to watch some YouTube, then I would do my nightly routine, and then I would go to bed. And that repeated itself through the entire winter break. And of course, I would study for school, I would do my homework and stuff like that, but that's not really that important right now. Like, yeah, sure, self improvement and doing all of these good habits that were good for my mental health, like gratitude journaling, meditation, journaling, exercising, adventuring, all of those were good for me. But I just had enough of time to do them, to grow sick of them. Enough of everything is bad. And I'm repeating myself, but it's the fucking truth. When you do something all over again that even fulfills you, like for example, if you eat like 10 eggs per day, then of course you will grow sick of them over time. Quite literally and mentally also. And that was when I realized that the reason why I was going through a rut was because I was experiencing the same kind of energy all over again. Even those things that were fulfilling me and that were giving me a sense of delayed gratification, like improving my mental health, my physical health, also getting more financially literate, and improving my social intelligence at school, for example. I know that over time, you can grow sick of them, like there's enough of it. But once you spend enough time away from it, you will start to crave it once again. And so, the solutions that I have for you is to quite literally go out and adventure. Now, when I say adventure, I mean three terms. The first one is adventuring in terms of getting new knowledge, of expanding your horizons. The second type of adventuring is quite literally going out into nature and looking at the beautiful trees, picking up your favorite leaves, climbing mountains, drinking water from rivers, I don't know, looking at the animals, enjoying the beautiful view, looking at the fields and feeling their power as the wind hugs them, for example. And of course, taking pictures of everything that you see in nature so that the next time that you're going through a rut, you can remember those beautiful places that you went to and you can literally go there even in the same day to feel the same kind of energy that you felt, the same kind of relief that you felt from your rut when you were at that place. And the third part of adventuring is going out and exploring your local city. Like, think about it. There's a building 3 kilometers away from your house that you don't know exists in the first place. You can have a look on it on Google Maps, for example, or on Google Earth, and you can plan a map that you can go there and look at it from a distance if it is a private property, of course. Or you can even try and go there if it is like an abandoned building. But I would suggest like not going there in the first place and avoiding it because you never know what you can find in there. Maybe some kind of crackheads can attack you or the possibilities are infinite, but you can try. Just basically watch out. Now, the second part of adventuring and the third one that I explained, like exploring nature and your local town, that is pretty self explanatory. Just basically have a look at all the different buildings, like all the different restaurants, fight clubs. Just basically have a general understanding of where everything is located inside of your town. And of course, nature. We already talked about it. Just basically get yourself out there and appreciate the nature that is located not even that far from your hometown and where you can go anytime you feel like it and just absorb the energy of the nature that our ancestors were feeling tens of thousands of years ago. And that was the reason why we dominated the entire earth. It's because this feeling of adventuring, of looking at the animals, looking at the beautiful valleys, climbing the mountains, that was the reason why we actually went out and conquered the entire earth. We wanted to get all of this for ourselves. And so you have this right now. It is in your possession of your country that you live in right now. So you can go there and just have a look at it. There's absolutely no one stopping you. And plus, you can just sit there on a tree and just look at the distance through the entire valley or through the entire field that has been harvested. And man, the view that you see from there, it is just completely insane. Like, it is hard to think about short-term thoughts like, what should I eat for dinner? What should I wear tomorrow for school? It is just so difficult to think about these kinds of closed-in thoughts when you're looking like 5 kilometers in the distance. You start thinking about long-term thoughts like, what is my purpose in life? If I had financial, location, and time freedom, what would I be doing? If money, woman, and health weren't the end goal, what would my definition of success look like? And lastly, the first part of adventuring that we already kind of brushed upon. We are not just expanding our horizons physically, like we're looking off into the distance. No, we're looking off in the distance when it comes to mental strength also, and like mental sight. Your ego might be blinding you right now, like, oh, you have everything figured out. There is no more goals to set for you. We are on the top of the world. But there are always more books that you can read. There are always more community posts from people who are more educated than you, that you can learn from them. There are always more podcasts that you can watch that might just solve that one problem that you've been thinking about for the past months. You just never know. You must stop being so closed in on yourself and expand your horizons, both physically and mentally. And that's the way that you escape your rut, is by adventuring into the unknown and going to places where you haven't been before. When it comes to your knowledge, when it comes to nature, when it comes to the urban side, anything. And that's how you can escape your rut. If you want to be part of a community where we discuss our mental health and full of like minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals, who are in a state of healthy competition with you, and at the same time, they will give you powerful life advice as if they were your own blood bonded brothers, then you can join our Discord clan in the description. We like men like you because if you're watching videos like these and you're willing to take action, then you have way more potential than you think you have. We like men like you. So please, stop being held back by your surroundings and harness your fullest potential. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, join the email list in the description, and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. If you liked what you just saw, then keep your eyes peeled. There's something huge coming that will revolutionize your mental health. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you